but I'm going to do it for a vertical video. So I finished this painting up this morning. It's a watercolor portrait of a borzoi, and I am going to be adding a background. So I just thought I'd do it live. So welcome to my studio. So this is the material. So it's called liquid frisket, and this is called misket. And what it is, it's very rubbery, gummy. This is kind of it when it's dry. It looks kind of, I just peel this off the lid. And it's liquid, and you put it on where you don't want watercolor paint. So I went all around the edges of my borzoi because I just want to make sure that I don't get any paint on the edges or on the actual painting itself. But I am going to add a wash to the background. So a wash can be tricky, and especially when I've already finished this beautiful portrait and you don't want to mess it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet the entire painting all around the borzoi, which is why I needed the liquid frisket, so that I can go kind of quickly and just get water down. And then I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of gray, a little bit of black to the background, just to give it a slight gray, soft tone. So I'm going to first get some, here's my little watercolor palette, and I'm going to get some black ready. And by that, I mean I'm going to get some water and some black and create a little gray wash. So first, let me clear an area on my palette. I don't want to splash on my painting, so I'm just going to clean a little area here. Okay, so this is where I'm going to mix my black and water. Now I'm going to get some water and some black. So I'm doing this off camera because I don't want to splash on my painting. So I'm getting some black, and I just took some of my black and I mixed it with water. So this is my water. I'm going to keep this over here, get lots of black, and rub it off my brush. So once I squeeze this off my brush, I'm going to leave it here on the tray for when I'm ready to do the paint part. So let's get the wash down here. So I'm going to come in here with clean water, and I'm going to just come right in here. I'm still going to watch out for the dog. The frisket is just there as a just in case. So I'm going to just get this nice and wet, because I don't want to ruin my beautiful edge to my dog. So I'm going to get lots of water on the paper. Come right along the edge. Got to watch out for my dog. Getting lots of water. Now the water, I want it to be even, so I'm still going to spread it fairly controlled. I want it to be pretty even. Coming around the whole head. I'm going to kind of come up to the hair. I already have frisket along here also. And I'm going to just go around the chin. Okay, so I have a lot of beautiful water on the background. Now, it's a moment of truth. I'm going to take some black, and I'm going to come just right along the borzoi's head here and just add some water and gray. I have to do this all at once so that it evens itself out and creates a nice wash. I know it looks a little strange with the, it'll start to fade into the paper. You want to lighten that up a little bit. But I want some areas where there's some dark, so I'm going to put the darkest darks against the white of the muzzle, just so that it makes that muzzle stand out. Maybe I'll put a little black over here by the back of his head. And then I'm just going to get some water and let the watercolor do its thing. So I'm just going to put some water on here. Get some water. I don't want to play with it too long, otherwise I'm going to start getting some weird puddles. And she's going to be cropping this to an 8 by 10, so I'm just going to make sure that I go out enough around the edges so that it's really far away from the dog. And then just spread it out. Okay. I don't think I'm going to fuss with it much more. This is just a very light gray wash. The more I fuss with it, the more it's going to start showing brush strokes and not look like it's all, you know, smooth and soft. So hopefully it'll dry even. It's going to dry as even as the water was. So if the water wasn't very even, it's not going to dry even. So let's just hope that the water was even. And it'll dry okay. And then I also hope that my frisket holds up. Okay, so there's that little bit of gray, which is going to make the white of the dog a little bit brighter. And there's the whole picture. Oops, and there we go. All right, so I'm going to be posting this shortly in the Facebook group. Let me just take a quick blow dry. Okay, it looks wonderful. So there's my super light wash, and I'm going to remove the frisket. So I'll just let the camera keep rolling. So the frisket requires a special rubber eraser. Let me see if I have it. It's like a sticky eraser. Let me try a regular eraser. Yeah, that works, I think. Let me try on the side over here first. Yeah, so it's gonna force it to be rolled up. You can also just use your finger. I'm worried about the paint itself coming off. Let me try this area here. Yeah, see the frisket will just roll up into little rubber. I'm just gonna use my finger. Just roll it. Okay, good. If it didn't take off the nose, it's gonna be good. So I'm just gonna use my finger to take the frisket off. And as I rub it, it just rolls into these little rubber, so I can take it off the teeth. Pull it off the chin here. It's a little nerve-wracking, so I don't want to pull up the painting. As long as everything's dry, we're good to go. So there, see how it's rolling off? Okay, good. Anywhere where it's still on there, it's going to be little rubber. Just roll it into little balls. Oh, what's that? Oh, no. No, no. Don't. See, and this is what I really wanted, was the white of his face. This white line here, I wanted that to be more noticeable because he has that white stripe on him as a whoops, my whole desk is shaking. So this area came out a little strange. I'm not really crazy about that. I might have to touch up his fur over here. Okay, let's get all the frisket off. And then for this area back here, there's a little bit of a white halo, but I'm not crazy about it, so I think I'm gonna add some little touches of paint. So So I'm going to take my large brush here, get his color going. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up my bristles like this, kind of fan him out a little bit, and give him a little bit of extra hair back here. It's a girl, actually, her. Okay, so that just gives her just a little bit more hair in the back, and it doesn't hurt to have a little extra shadow over here on her ear. All right, that looks lovely. Beautiful. Oh, she looks so pretty. I'm gonna put a little bit more black behind here. That might have rolled off a little bit. So some of it might have lightened a tiny bit with the frisket, and I'm just adding a little bit of color just back to those little areas where it might have lifted a little bit. It's no big deal. Okay, so there you have it, the finished Borzoi painting. All right, well, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.